There are moments in life that are not merely events but declarations. Weddings are one of them. They are not just celebrations of love, but public statements about identity, history, and belonging. Who stands beside you? Who supports you? Who is allowed to be seen as part of your story? And when family history is fractured, these moments become battlegrounds where unresolved pain demands to be heard. This case is not about whether a father was perfect. It is not even about whether forgiveness was deserved. It is about ownership. Who owns a wedding day? Who gets to decide which relationships matter now, rather than which ones were broken before? And when forgiveness threatens the comfort of those who still carry anger, does peace become betrayal? Our protagonist is 28 years old, the second oldest of 4 siblings. Her father left when she was around 7. The departure fractured the family in a way that never fully healed. An older brother, a younger brother, and a youngest sister grew up in the aftermath of that absence, surrounded by anger, resentment, and a narrative that hardened with time. In this family, hatred toward the father became a shared identity. It was reinforced, repeated, and passed down until it felt unquestionable. Even our protagonist hated him for many years. Hatred, after all, is easier than grief. Her mother remained, but presence did not equal safety. She was verbally cruel, often lashing out with words that left lasting damage. Over time, trust eroded further as lying became habitual. The home that should have provided stability became another source of emotional uncertainty. In this environment, anger toward the father had a convenient function. It unified the family against a single villain, even as other wounds went unaddressed. When our protagonist turned 18, her father reached out, not with demands, not with excuses. He asked for coffee. He apologized. He asked for a fresh start. The request did not come easily, and forgiveness did not come immediately. She hesitated. She weighed the years of absence against the sincerity of his words. And then she made a decision that would eventually place her at odds with the rest of her family. She chose to forgive. This forgiveness was not naive. It was conditional, gradual, and built over time. Her father reached out to the other siblings when they turned 18 as well. They refused. That was their right. Forgiveness is never an obligation. But neither is perpetual punishment. He explained why he left their mother. Our protagonist later confirmed the explanation with her mother herself. The truth, while uncomfortable, was consistent. This did not erase the pain of abandonment, but it reframed it. The past became more complex than a single story she had been raised with. Over the next 10 years, the relationship with her father grew into something real. He did not attempt to rewrite history. He showed up. He supported her emotionally and practically. He became a consistent presence rather than a symbolic absence. By the time she reached 28, she had no regrets about allowing him back into her life. The forgiveness she extended was not theoretical. It was validated by years of reliability. Meanwhile, her relationship with her mother deteriorated. Tensions increased. Conflicts became more frequent. Her mother's disapproval intensified when she became engaged, particularly because her future husband was not religious. This difference became another fault line, reinforcing the sense that acceptance within the family was conditional. Love, once again, came with terms. As the wedding approached, our protagonist made a choice that felt natural to her but explosive to everyone else. She invited her father to walk her down the aisle. This was not meant as a provocation. It was an expression of gratitude, reconciliation, and recognition of the role he now played in her life. She wanted him present. She wanted him visible. She wanted him acknowledged. The reaction from her family was immediate and severe. Her siblings and her mother were furious. They demanded that he be uninvited entirely. They insisted that her mother should walk her down the aisle instead. The request was not framed as a discussion. It was an ultimatum. If the father attended, they would not. As the wedding approached, our protagonist made a choice that felt natural to her, but explosive to everyone else. She invited her father to walk her down the aisle. This was not meant as a provocation. It was an expression of gratitude, reconciliation, and recognition of the role he now played in her life. She wanted him present. She wanted him visible. She wanted him acknowledged. The reaction from her family was immediate and severe. Her siblings and her mother were furious. They demanded that he be uninvited entirely. They insisted that her mother should walk her down the aisle instead. The request was not framed as a discussion. It was an ultimatum. If the father attended, they would not. The accusation that she is the asshole rests on a familiar moral claim, that forgiveness of a parent who caused pain invalidates the pain of those who cannot forgive. But forgiveness is not contagious. It does not erase anyone else's boundaries. Our protagonist did not ask her siblings to reconcile. She did not force her mother to engage. She asked only for the right to honor her own relationship. The demand that she uninvite her father is not about safety. It is about control. It is an attempt to enforce a shared narrative by punishing deviation. The threat to boycott the wedding is emotional blackmail designed to coerce compliance by leveraging love and obligation. At the heart of this case lies a fundamental misunderstanding of forgiveness. Forgiveness is often treated as betrayal by those who are not ready to release their anger. But forgiveness is not an endorsement of past harm. It is a declaration about the present. It says, "This relationship, as it exists now, has value to me." Our protagonist's wedding is not a memorial to her childhood trauma. It is a celebration of the life she has built. She is not obligated to curate her guest list to preserve the emotional comfort of those who refuse to evolve. Some might argue that inviting the father is insensitive, that family unity should outweigh personal reconciliation. Others may believe that a wedding is a deeply personal milestone and that no one else has veto power. There are those who would argue that the mother, as the parent who stayed, deserves the role. But walking someone down the aisle is not a reward for endurance. It is a symbol chosen by the person walking. After weighing the evidence, the AI jury reaches a clear verdict, not the a-hole. Our protagonist is not obligated to uninvite someone who has earned a place in her life simply to appease unresolved resentment. Her family's pain is real, but it does not grant them ownership over her milestones. Ultimatums are not expressions of love. They are attempts at control. If her family chooses not to attend, that is their decision, but it is not her wrongdoing. A wedding aisle is not a courtroom. It is not a battlefield. It is a path forward. Our protagonist chose to walk it with someone who supported her growth, not someone who demanded her loyalty at the cost of her autonomy. Forgiveness in this case is not weakness. It is clarity. Now the question passes to you, the jury. Was she wrong to stand her ground? Or was this the only way to protect her future from being held hostage by the past? Declare your verdict below.